I think that operational efficiency is one of those wolf in sheep's clothing of senior living, of everybody is kind of, not everybody, most of the bigger companies, that is where they are trying to make their differentiation, is that they are more operationally efficient than their competitors. So they're able to make margin on margin. And when you hear companies report in senior living their progress, they talk about it in basis points, which is a real estate term, not a care term. And they talk about things in like fractions of 1% improvements in certain areas. So, yeah, the name of the game in a lot of senior living organizations are OE, operational efficiency. For us, we're actually going the other way of we know that being efficient is probably not the route to great care. There are so many. I'll give you a very practical example. Caregivers, if you were to ask professional caregivers in dementia care, what do you wish you had more of? They would probably say time. They wouldn't even say more caregivers, more resources, more money, more, they would say, I wish I had more time. Because everything else is a subset of time. And what would you do with that time? Well, Mrs. Jones is having a really difficult day. It sucks that I have to, only allot 10 minutes to attempt the shower because I have 9 more I have to get done before my shift ends. And so, in the name of operational efficiency, you've robbed Mrs. Jones and that caregiver to try and get through the clunky, inefficient way of relating to a person. Caregivers just kind of have this sad code of, I had to mark down that Mrs. Jones refused her shower today. Well, did she refuse her shower? Did you run out of time? Did you not have the appropriate methods and approaches to try and assist her? Because if what your attempt was, hey, Mrs. Jones, it's time for your shower. Would you like to hop in now? And she's told you no, that was not an attempt. That was not a dementia care attempt. So when I see time studies and all of these things that senior living companies do to try and get more efficient with caregivers' time, it shows me a backward system where you're trying to reverse engineer care from profitability. And it should be the other way around. We should try to get to profitability from good care. I know that's a head scratcher, isn't it?
That is, that's deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever said that out loud before, but that's what a good interview feels like, by the way. Is like, oh wait, yeah, I do believe that. So we're gonna have to listen back on that together.
no matter where you're watching the Dementia Collective from, if you get anything from this at all, anything, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review.